Hello guys, welcome to today's video. We are going to be putting some grease in these wheels and I will be showing you how to. So first up, you're going to need yourself a can of red and tacky grease. You can usually find them in Lowe's or Home Depot, depending on where you look. But I've been having problems with these wheels and it's about time for me to put new grease in them. So we're going to do that today in today's video. So first you're going to need to get yourself an Allen key that'll fit. Sometimes these Traxxas will come with, they'll come with the Allen key. So usually that's what you want to use, if so. And so we're going to go ahead and rip apart this portal. And so yeah, and if you haven't, or if you're not subscribed yet and you're watching this, please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel a ton. And so first we're doing these bolts up here. There should be one up here on the top and then one right here, and then there should be no more. Okay, and then there's a few more on the back, which, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and undo those, which it'll be a little bit. So let's go ahead and pull out that screw right there. That's what it's gonna look like. That's what the screw's gonna look like on your first one. If not, it's okay if that's not what it looks like, but yeah. So we're gonna have to do all four of these, and I'll show you how to do your diffs in the middle of your axle. So I'll show you how to do that. And yeah, so okay guys, so I'm back, and well, I've got a problem here. This is really stiff, and so I'm gonna have to figure out what's the problem with it. So we're gonna dig down into this thing and we're gonna pull it apart. So first things first, gotta pull this off. And it does not want to pull off, so yeah, I'm gonna jam this down and then try and rip it up. Oh. Okay, so it's like it's locked up, like it doesn't want to move, but over here it moves just fine. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this little bit of red and tacky. Go ahead and put some in it. Okay, so I'll just apply a little bit of red and tacky, but that really it didn't help any. So we're gonna have to undo this wheel nut, which Traxxas, I don't like how they designed it. It's not a good design because you have to use an Allen key and it's only one that they have. Okay, so now since we've got this, so the thing right here, I gotta take it apart. So I've got my handy dandy bag of parts here that I can use. And I've got just the right Allen key right here. So now you gotta undo it. Still really stuck and really does not want to rotate, but there you go. As you can see, there's a little grub screw right here. It's a little itty bitty one. Actually, it's not. It's kind of a grub screw, but it's not. It's more one of those. But Traxxas was pretty smart in order to keep it from just falling out like other RC brands and stuff. So, yeah. So now this can be popped out like that. Wheel hex comes off right here. And yeah, so like that. Bearing's a little rough. I'm just gonna give it some old red and tacky. Red and tacky is what you want to use. It's good. It's nice, thick stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna lube it all up. Make sure it's nice and greased. It's time for this thing to get a greasing. So, yeah, I'm gonna throw that back. Or actually, here, I'll be back in a second. And now. So now we've got this to be put back in there. I went and washed my hands off because of how greasy they were. So it's just that goes back in there for, yeah, and then take a wheel nut, or yeah, the wheel hex. And so yeah, these things are a bit stubborn. So there you go. Back in. So now we're gonna screw this back in. And so, okay guys, so stay tuned. Later in the video I might have to go purchase some good old Traxxas parts. Oh look, never mind, I'm not gonna have to. Turns nice and easy now. I just needed some good old grease. I just need some good old grease. That's all that's needed. Just some grease. And I'm glad that's it, because I don't like paying for stuff. I don't like... But yeah, so... Okay, so... Yeah. I want to put this through here. Clean out all the grease stuff. That way, to make room for this fat little guy. And so yeah, and now I gotta screw this little grub screw / wheel pin back in. That way it don't fall off again. And so yeah, so now that that's screwed back in, it rotates nice and good again. So now we're gonna apply a little bit of red and tacky, because it's the good stuff. It's nice, it's thick, and it's good to use. So yeah, you will get a little messy in the process, but it's all of the fun. And so so it's a bit, okay, so there you go. So as you can see, as I turn the shaft down here, that turns up there. So those are back together. I'm gonna go clean this off real quick. Okay, I'm back now. So yeah, went and cleaned it up a little bit, and so yeah, now that it's nice and clean, I've got to put all the bolts back in, which this will be fun. No, not really, but yeah. So if you are enjoying this video, please consider subscribing, and it would help out a ton. So yeah. So if you like watching RC stuff, go check out my friend BPP Customs. He does good RC stuff. He has a Mini, and so he's got pretty good content too. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit of red and tacky on this little thing right here. I'm gonna shove that back down in there because everything needs to be greased up in these bad boys, and for good reason, so it doesn't mess up. And so it's a lot easier to drive, because before, with open diffs, Traxxas built it to be 4-wheel drive, and with the diffs being open, it kind of made it 3-wheel drive, which I have a friend. He had a crawler that I actually have a replica of, but it's a better model than what he had, and it was 3-wheel drive because the rear diff broke, so it didn't want to work. So it was only 3-wheel drive, and I didn't like it, so it wouldn't drive up anything, which was not fun, because you can't really use something that doesn't crawl if you're trying to crawl. So yeah, video in the future will be building a crawler. It'll be a series of building. Here, I'll show you. It'll be rebuilding this monstrosity, but we'll be rebuilding it, and we will also be it'll be a part series, so if you want to see it, you'll have to stay tuned on my channel. And thanks for listening, and now let's get back to this. So now that we have all the screws back in, we just have 2 more here at the top, which we will start doing about now. Okay, so here we got the finished product of it being fixed. So works nice and smooth now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on CMB Customs RC.